Hey guys,
Hiya.
it's Helena starting off today because I feel like I never start off.
You always push me.
Yeah.
You're like, Shay, you go.
No, you're like, all right, let's start. And I'm like, yeah, go on. Start away. I'll follow.
Take it away, darling.
How are you?
I'm so well. How are you?
I'm good.
I feel like we haven't recorded in
Literally,
time.
it's been, I don't think I've been on the Gold Coast for nearly a month,
Yeah.
which is
I've
insane.
missed you.
Missed you.
We do our FaceTime calls.
Yeah, we've got our FaceTime call. And like, you always call me at the most inconvenient time.
I will call you at like 8 p.m. on
Yeah.
the drive home and you're
Yeah.
like, Shay, I'm naked.
Yeah, I'm just about to have a shower. And you're like, so can you chat?
Yeah. So like,
Sure.
hold that shower thought.
Literally.
Actually, speaking of FaceTime, I literally called you the other day and I was like boiling my like tea cup.
Oh,
And
God.
you have such an issue with it. Why?
I can't comprehend it. And
I-
like, I'm sitting there having my breakfast and Shay is also boiling an egg, I think, at the same time.
I was.
And she's like got the tongs and she's like flipping this plastic thing around. And I was like, what are you doing?
Huh.
And she's like, I'm just boiling my dinner cup. And I'm like, what do you mean?
I have literally used my Diva cup. Like, it's a menstrual cup for anyone who doesn't know. For probably, obviously a new one, probably like the last 7 years.
Oh, what?
I hate tampons. I hate pads. I have used them for so long.
Can I just say, have you seen that thing on TikTok where it's like, she's a 10, but she uses pads? Then it's like, then it's like,
so much
she's
of that.
immediately like a 4.
Yeah.
I felt so attacked because I'm a
Dude.
pad girl.
I just think it's a nappy.
No, literally the guy, I'm going to find the TikTok and send it to you because the guy was like, oh, so she wears one of those nappies and swish washes it around on it. It's like,
What I can't personally do is the like period undies where you just like free bleed.
yes,
And the
I've seen them in
undies,
Woolies and
Some
stuff.
people love them.
I don't think I could get around that. I can't actually fathom how that makes sense either. And I just can't with the like, what do you do? Like,
You like fold it in half and
ah.
and it just like suction cups around your wall and 8 hours, pull it out.
How do you get it out?
It's a
So
little rinse.
blood goes everywhere.
No.
So what do you mean? Like, how big's your little?
You just like it out, then you like tip it into the toilet.
And you literally pour out your menstrual blood
Yeah, pour it out. Give a little rinse, soap and water, and she's good to go.
to put back in.
Yeah. So easy.
So you don't have to boil it between.
I boil it like when I'm done the cycle.
Yo, I can't. Nah, Kirsten's sitting there going, like,
I literally love it. I would not do tampons or pads.
I'm-
Because I will forget.
I actually can't.
I
Shay.
can't do 4 hours
I
of
actually
like
feel a
changing.
bit sick.
You're a woman.
I know. Then that makes me feel like such like a.
There's like a clear, like you're either like for the cup or you're not for the cup.
I remember when I started working in pharmacy.
Yeah.
And a lady asked me if we sold them, and I was like, I beg your pardon? What the hell is that?
What is this period
And
cup?
then, yeah, because she's like, I needed like a period cup. I think she
I
called it a
want you to
diva
try
cup.
it because
No.
seriously, once you give it a
No.
go, it is like
I wouldn't be able to
game
get it in
changer.
there. Like, what do you mean you like fold it over? And like, how do you know it's up the right way? Like,
It literally takes 2 seconds.
no, I'm sticking to
2
my pads.
seconds.
I'll wear a nappy for the actual rest of my life. I get around
A
a tampon
nappy?
sometimes. but-
Okay, I'm dying right now. It's like he's a 4, but he listens to the same music as you, and I'm like,
I love
I'm not a
that.
big yeah.
10.
Immediately you'd be like 10. What's another one? Like he's a 10, but
He has a
10
mullet or
puppies.
something.
I'm not mad at mullets.
No,
I feel like I could listen to.
I
them all
love
day.
those things though. Like, but I
They are
watch them and
great.
I think I feel fucking attacked right now. Because like, am I this girl? Like,
Wearing a nappy.
when you said the nappy thing, I'm like, fuck.
Like,
Like,
shut
do
up.
guys actually think of that stuff?
I don't even think. I forget pads exist. I literally forget
I
they
don't.
exist.
I keep Libra in fucking business. I think
Big like brick.
they're called good nights.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
Going. Helena, speaking of boys, how's the celibacy?
Celibacy.
How's that going? Because you made an oath, what, in October or November?
Yeah, starting this year.
And you said no sex, no alcohol.
Mhm.
We're like at the 6-month check-in.
Yeah.
Where are we at?
No alcohol.
Yay! 1 out of 2.
Yeah, look, I'm not even going to beat around the bush. I definitely broke my celibacy.
Brick seal.
For girls got needs. Like I really genuinely thought I could do it. And look, I did it because of I'm like, like I don't know.
The changes that are going on my body.
Literally. Well, that's why I did do it, because I thought to myself, like I was at a point when towards the end of last year when I decided to have my surgery that I was like, nah, like I can't even look at myself naked. Like why do I want someone else to look at me naked?
Yeah.
And then, like your girl's gained a bit more confidence over the last 6 months.
She's feeling spexy.
Yeah, and like, sometimes God gives you lemons and you make lemonade. So, yeah, like celibacy's broken. See you
So
later.
fine.
And it's
Do you have
staying
people
broken.
like checking and asking, like, hey,
Yeah, so
have you fucked yet?
there's actually this one bloke, and I genuinely hope he doesn't listen to this, but he literally will like message me like once a week being like, is your boy lift, like he sends me a
He's, like,
hashtag
ready.
saying lift the boy band, because
Does he want to fuck or something? Is he just hoping that
I
he
don't
can
know,
slide
but
in?
it's in the nicest way possible, never gonna
It's not
happen.
it.
But yeah. So now that I've kind of publicly said that, I've actually lifted it a couple of weeks ago.
A couple of times.
But I'm still sober. Like I haven't had alcohol in 6 months.
That's
Yeah.
incredible. We have our like 1 year podcast event this weekend, and we're going to a distillery. And I was like, Helena, it's fine. There's mocktails. But I was thinking like, oh, would she maybe like?
No.
Have you ever felt like you needed to give into peer pressure in those situations?
I think there was like at the start, because like people my age are like flabbergasted that I've gone so long without alcohol.
Yeah.
And like people were like at the start being like, what's wrong? Like, or a lot of the time everyone was like, oh yeah, because of your surgery, like you can't. And
And you're like, no, I can.
yeah, I was like,
just
I could have 3 months ago if I
Yeah.
wanted to. But I think probably the most challenging situation I've been in is I went to a festival with all my friends. Everyone was just so blind.
I mean, off their
faces. That was a hard one. I've been to a wedding sober. But my friend that I went with, she was sober as no, actually, Taylor, you weren't. You actually had a beer or something. So I just drive to those events.
So you literally have no choice.
Yeah.
That's safe.
And then like
that's amazing though.
Yeah,
that
like
really
it's
is.
been,
You should be proud of yourself.
Yeah, I am actually, because like to be 24, like it's obviously your prime years to like go out and get
Drink it out,
blind.
yeah.
Yeah. But I just thought like, this year, like with my stomach and stuff, I was like, I need to focus on foods and like nutrition and like health and whatnot and like fitness, and like they're drinking alcohol and getting shit-faced on a weekend just doesn't align with
It's
that.
not gonna work.
Yeah.
The day you do have alcohol, you'll have like 2 drinks and you'll be dead on the floor.
Yeah,
you're
dude.
gonna be out.
I'm literally, because like Emma and I go to Emma is my like housemate / best friend. We go to New Zealand in September, and we're going over there for a music festival in the snow, and everyone's like, oh yeah, so you'll have a drink there, and I'm like, no way, because I'm not going to be overseas for the first time blind when I don't even know my name.
Struggling.
And then I'm going to Tasmania for my birthday this year, fingers crossed, hopefully.
Gorgeous.
By myself at this point. And
If someone comes along, is that what you're putting out there to the
maybe
universe?
if someone comes along, I can go with them.
Uh-huh.
But I asked like Instagram and a couple of friends, like, what are fun things to do over there?
It's wineries, right? Wineries,
Everyone was like,
distilleries.
you need to go to this winery and you need to do this. And I'm like, fuck,
Ah.
should I not go to Tasmania?
I literally think Tasmania is like the wine little like capital.
I know.
for
It's
us.
also oysters, and we know I love oysters
I'm
and
not an oyster
salmon.
gal.
So
That's okay.
I'm an oyster gal.
Yeah, you are. You love 'em.
But yeah, other than that, life's pretty sweet at the moment.
And what are we out? Like, how many months out from surgery? From the sleeve?
So
bypass.
Mini gastric bypass. What's the date? It's the 20th today, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I've just gone over 5 months. I would have been 5 months on the
Wow.
17th of this.
And how are you feeling?
Good. I still have my days.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's been my answer for the last 5 months.
What's the days?
Yeah, and only a couple of people like ask that question, like
Yeah.
elaborate on it.
Yeah.
I guess, like as much as we've said on this podcast, like, yeah, like losing weight and everything's great, but it's also like your mindset takes a lot to change, I think. And like even little things, like I've noticed myself like questioning how much I'm eating now. Like even we just went out for lunch, and like from the drive from lunch to here, I was like, I actually ate a lot then. And I was like, did I eat too much? And then, you know, my mind's like, I haven't been to gym today though. Like it's like just a constant cycle. And I was like, I haven't drank a lot of water. Like it's just little things like that. And then, you know, some days I go to gym, I pump it out, I'll go for a walk and I'll feel so good about myself. But then other days, like I don't go to gym, or if I eat a little bit too much. And when I say I eat too much, you saw what I had for lunch, Shay.
It's nowhere near
nothing.
What you would have
It's
used
absolutely nothing. So I didn't even finish a whole Bayo bun. Like, I don't know, like, yeah. But I just feel like I'm not going to tell. When someone asks me how I'm going, and I can ask if they genuinely want to know the answer, I just say, like, yeah, I have my days. Like, not every day is a good day. Yeah. But if I can tell someone doesn't actually really give a fuck, I'm like, yeah, good.
Yeah. What about hair loss? Because that's always something that I think us females, when we have the surgery.
Oh, bro. It's actually so embarrassing, like, how much hair I'm actually losing.
Did you ever see that one? There's one photo of me, and I'm literally, like, balding in the front. Have you seen that?
No.
And, like,
let's
front of my
let's find it, and I want you to attach it to this.
I remember crying, like videoing, crying, and I'm just like pulling out the front of my hair. I felt like I was.
My hair is like I can't express to you. Like I'll brush my hair, and I will have I literally took a video. I'll actually send it to Shay to upload onto this YouTube video of me brushing my hair. Like I just watched it, and just how much hair I was losing.
Yeah.
That's probably the most challenging thing at the moment. I'm going to be going like a brunette. So I'm going to be getting rid of the blonde, because like I just need to really focus on the hair. I know, and I was always like, Shay, why do you always have your hair so dark? Like, do the blonde. But yeah, so I actually started taking, obviously since surgery, I have my multivitamin. Which I'm so slack with. And I remember when I asked you, like, do you take your multi? And you're like, not really. I was like, Shay, that's so bad. Now I'm like, well, I think I've had it this week.
I'm shocked when people say they stick with it. I'm like
good on you.
Come to the side.
I actually I do take it, but like I've been away from home now for like a night or 2 nights. I haven't bought them with me.
Yeah.
So but I have my BN multivitamin, and then I have just started my JS Health hair and energy one. Yeah. So I'm actually really excited for that.
Nails, are they strong? Are they
my nails they're good, but they're not strong. Okay. That's the thing. Like they're long and they're still growing. Yeah. Like riddle me that. Like how is my nails still growing but I'm going bald?
Okay.
Like they're long but they're not strong. Okay. So I don't know. I just feel like that's just my protein in my body. Yeah. Because I obviously have check-ins with my dietitian and whatnot. But yeah, like I'd rather have hair than nails, to be honest with you. So, but I just have to check in, and like, you know, I try and look after it, like my hair and whatnot. But like, I'll let you guys know if I have hair in season 3. Yeah. If I have a wig on.
Look, it comes back. I don't lose anywhere near as much as I used to.
So I mean, but and I think I have to.
Just a downstage.
Yeah, I think I have to remember. Like sometimes I really have to hold myself back and be like, you're literally not even.
It's fresh as.
That's what I mean. You're not even 6 months post-op, Helena. Like. Relax, babe. Yep. Like take it, like just step back and just accept what's going on. Because like I think now, like check in with weight. I'm just shy of 30 kilos of weight loss, so I'm down to like 28 kilos.
Amazing.
I think I've lost officially. Yeah.
Do you find that you're like fixated on the scales, or you're not a number girl?
I think I'm a lazy scale girl, if that makes sense. Because like sometimes I'll literally go days without jumping on them because I'm like, I don't have time. Yeah. Or like I'll just forget. And then other days, like it's like every day I'll jump on. Yeah. I don't know. I guess it's just like when I see it, or if I don't feel like I'm having a good day or whatnot, I won't get on it. Yeah. But I'm noticing my clothes a lot. Like I've literally now officially donated like 7 bags of clothes.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's like undies, tops, bras, like pajamas, like jumpers. Like some of my friends I've given them to, like I've given literal bags of clothes and I'm like, take it. Like I literally can't wear them anymore. And I think that's a big thing as well when you throw, you know, you would remember when you throw clothes out that have been like your safety blanket for like
safety
years.
blanket is such a good word. It'd be like that one shirt that has been with you for the last 2 years.
I have this one denim jacket. I haven't thrown it out yet.
That's mine.
Yeah.
It is mine after.
I have
my hands on that one. I love that denim jacket.
You actually do love it.
Mine.
Literally. And it fits you like perfectly. And it's just getting that little bit too big for me. Like it's like that bat wing and it looks like I'm like wearing like a beanbag.
I get it though. When you've got a piece of clothing that just fits you in your bigger days.
Yeah.
And like, you get to the end and you're like, I'm a little bit sad.
Yeah. Well, do you remember those white pants that I frothed? I'd wear them down here all the time. I had to give them to one of my friends the other day. I was like, take care of them.
It's fine.
Please. But no, other than that, I'm good. Work's good. Life's good.
Clients. How's clients feeling right now?
Yeah.
Mid-year kind of check-in.
Mid-year, yeah, I guess it can be. Clients are fantastic at the moment.
Yeah.
Really, like I've got a really great returning clientele base. I have for the last 12 months, to be honest with you. I have noticed I'm getting a bit more like new clients, which just surprises me.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like,
I get waves.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, hello.
Yeah, I'm going through a bit of a wave now, I think, with like a fair few new ones. And I'm like, where are you coming from? Like, like I'm so surprised that there's just more people that want their eyebrows
Still
done.
coming.
Yeah.
I love it.
But no, yeah, good. Everything is really good.
That is so good.
What about
I'm happy.
you?
I could say the exact same as you. I feel like it gets to June and then we all just like don't even blink and it's December.
Right.
So I'm like, okay,
I know.
the time's coming.
Take it easy, hey. Yeah.
I'm feeling so content.
We literally had this conversation,
So
didn't we?
content.
We just, yeah.
It's
like
nice to feel content, not stressed, not lazy, not
too
in
blessed
a
to be
slump.
stressed.
It's just like everything's chill. Everything like busy. She's booked and busy.
Yeah.
Really like I'm really pushing to be booked for the next 6 months.
Love.
So every client that comes in, we're booking their next.
Yeah, talk to me
5 or
about that.
6.
Obviously, I know, but like tell everyone like what you're doing, what you and Jess are doing with that.
Yeah. So we've only recently just introduced having some sort of like incentive to book in salon. Because obviously when someone's there, they book, they come back. If you say to someone, "Oh, just book online," you know, they forget, and then that's 8 weeks later.
So true.
So
that's literally me. I'm
literally.
like, you know the online booking system?
I'll book myself online.
Yeah.
Like we all do it, and it's easy. But now at checkout in a salon, if they do book their next appointment, they receive 10% off their next service.
Love that.
And clients are loving it. They're eating it up. They're booking their next 6, and they're excited to have a little incentive.
So, does that 10% come off their next 6 appointment?
Yeah. So if it was $100, it'll only be $90 now. Yeah. You know, and that just applies.
That's awesome.
And I reckon we'll just do it to the end of the year. I won't book any new year things in with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't bother me having 10% off in the slightest.
That's awesome.
It's just nice to know that everyone's just retained and the retention's there. And I've been like working so hard on like my targets recently.
Yep.
Because I was in a slump probably like 4 weeks ago. I've been like, I'm just plodding along. I'm feeling a bit of like a lazy boss right now.
Yeah, lazy boss vibes.
Lazy boss vibes. It was chill. It was too chill, right?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we need to pick it up.
Yeah.
So we both used Timely, and I feel like I had never kind of visited the dashboard area in our Timely, which holds our targets, our KPIs, our activity statements, like so much that us as business owners should know. Yeah. But we just don't. Just don't. I wouldn't even know what I make on a week on my average. I wouldn't know what my average hour is.
I wonder how many other people, because I've only started kind of looking and diving more into that as of late with when you had kind of said to me, Helena, get on your dashboard, you know, get and have a look. And I'm so glad I did. Yeah. Because a lot of people use Timely too as well.
Yeah.
And don't even know those features.
So I think like one of my favorite areas to focus on is knowing what service, like the service overall for the week, what I've made money wise, and then also retaining clients. So my goal is to always be at 80% of retention. Yeah. Which is hard.
I was going to say, that's pretty high.
I sit around like 65. So I'm like, okay, we need to be 80 and I want that to be consistent. So that's a goal I'm like pushing for. And it's always in my face. So it's really easy to see. That's good. But then also my target for each week. So I will go into targets and I'll set up like Shay or I'll set up Jess and then you'll do like a weekly target. I set myself a weekly target 4 weeks ago when I didn't know what my weekly target was, I just was like, oh, I'm just going to pick this number. I smashed it in the first 2 weeks. And I was like, okay, let's go bigger target.
Yeah.
I added $500 on, smashed that. And I was like, okay, let me sell myself
Wow,
like a
I'm
challenge.
good at this.
Yeah. So before I was kind of always just plodding on thinking I was making this amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now pushing myself to make $1,000 extra a week.
Love that.
And it works
That's
quite
awesome.
easily.
Yeah.
Just because it's in my face, I now know my average an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I now know what's my most popular service. I now know who are my like top returning clients. Like it's just so good to
interesting.
know.
Yeah. I feel like Timely has so many features that
You have just no
people
idea, right?
I actually had someone the other day message me on Instagram and ask me how I did my consult forms.
Mhm.
I was like, Timely,
Timely,
girl,
the app.
literally.
We need to be sponsored by Timely because we love them.
Timely, hi, we're
We
here.
love
Yeah,
Timely.
obsessed with Timely.
I know there's Fresher out there.
Yeah.
And they're a lot cheaper in the overall, but I find that they just have so many cheeky like add-ons that you have to.
I think I literally used Fresher for like a week when I first got like my business from home. And I was like, I don't want to be rude, but I felt a bit tacky. Like
I get that vibe too.
Yeah, like
Why do I get that vibe?
like it's
I
a
get
rip off
it.
of Timely almost.
Yeah.
Like Timely is just like you pay. I think I only pay $70 a month.
I pay $110 now with 2 staff.
I was gonna say you've got staff though. Like it's just me.
Yeah.
But
I was always on the 70. I think that's the top tier.
That's the top tier.
Of one person.
But like when you think about that, out of a month, like that's one set of eyebrows.
That's 45 minutes or not
literally,
even, right?
Like that's, and it's a tax deductible. Like it's literally the best investment I've ever made for my business.
Helena, tax time. How are you feeling?
Talk to me about
How
it.
are you
I'm gonna
feeling?
Kill myself.
What?
Well, not really. Like it's a bit dramatic. Like I've paid it, but like I'm definitely a lot better this time round. I think this time last year, I actually did want to neck myself at that time.
I feel that.
But I think this year it was my goal as a business owner to be a lot more financially prepared.
Yeah.
And I actually was.
Yay.
And even my auntie, who is my amazing bookkeeper, said to me, like, you've done so well.
Pat you on the back.
Yeah. And like even my accountant, like I went with him, everything was done. Like we sorted it out and he's like, this is great. Like,
yeah, that's awesome.
yeah. So
it's an achievement.
it is. I think even like I've really like tried to educate myself a lot more because I had to register for GST at the start of this year. And even just like educating myself around all of that was.
It's a lot to get your head
I was going to say it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
And it's like almost frustrating because like I just not built like that. Like you wouldn't catch me dead being like, oh yes, GST is this. Like that's just not me.
Yeah.
So trying to understand it is a lot.
Yeah.
So but yeah, no, I was actually quite proud of myself this year, to be honest with it.
Hey.
What about you?
Look, I'm feeling proud of myself too right now. I was with an old accountant.
That totally just
probably about 6 months ago. They sent me my like financials, and I won't say the number, but it was a huge number that I was.
I'm telling you right now, guys, the number.
I
cried for you.
It was,
and I remember thinking like, I need to do my books right,
I think that was a kick up the bum, hey.
so that doesn't happen to me.
Yeah, but
I actually think I called my auntie and I was like, Shay's tax bill was this, and I don't want that ever. So make sure that mine's all good.
It was scary, and I had no idea. But I think I had no idea because the accountants that I was with, they didn't prepare me. They didn't say, okay, you've got this much coming up. Like, here's how we're going to get around it. So I got a new accountant. We brought my tax bill down by
a lot.
40 is. I'm just going to say 40. Whatever that looks like for you guys, 40. We brought it down by 40. 40. It was crazy. Literally
That's what we brought it down by. FYI, everyone. So that wasn't the bill.
I still had, a bit extra, but I had been planning for that. So now that I've got that one out of the way, I'm with a great accountant. We sit down every 2 weeks and he's like, all right, this is it. Like, and I know what accounting stuff is now. I know how to use Xero. And like, it's exciting.
I use Xero. I just invoiced on Xero this morning.
Like doing pay slips too. I'm like, I'm such a boss.
Oh, this invoice? Yeah, girl, let me send it over. But it's true. And I think as business, as company, like we both own, we own 2 companies.
Look at
actually.
us.
Look at
Company owners.
Look at us. But I think knowing like that side of your business it's actually so important.
Yeah.
Like I actually had a conversation with another brow artist over Instagram the other day, and she didn't know any of like anything about like her accountants, and
that was us 2 years ago.
but that's what I mean. And I said
idea.
that, and she's like, "Oh, I'm only like I'm just recently started doing like FPOS, like I was cash for like this amount of time." And I was like, you know what? You got to start somewhere.
Absolutely.
Like honestly, like whatever works for you. But I was like, just try your best to educate yourself, because I think that's somewhere that we probably both shot ourselves in the foot with not knowing enough about it.
Do you remember the days where it used to be like, oh, it's tax time, I might get $800 back or $1,200 back?
Just in general, the day that you would get something back. But Emma was talking the other day. She's like, oh, I get tax back. I get my tax back soon. And I was like, that must be
Isn't
nice.
it just like a whole other world right now? Like I used to be like, ooh, like I'm going to get $1,200 back.
What am I going to do with my tax this year? I used to get tattoos left, right and center with it.
I would go shopping with my $800.
Nope.
It's such a funny like world flip.
That's what I mean. And I think like understanding, I think it took me a very long time to comprehend that it's like, it's a good thing, I guess, to know that you are making enough money to, I guess, have those bills and get registered for GST.
I remember calling you crying, I don't want to be a good money maker anymore.
I was like, girl, I don't want to be a business owner either, because it's just like,
because it is scary.
Literally, we both suck sometimes. Like, I'm going to throw us under the bus right now with what Tanisha messaged us the other day. So
my sister.
Yeah, Tanisha is Shay's sister, by the way, who physically chased us via email. Probably text for you.
She called me a few days before, don't worry.
Yeah.
She called me.
Oh, so I'm really throwing you under the bus here. So email, called Shay, and then started an Instagram message on both of our personal Instagram.
Hi, cheeky girls.
Yeah,
you need to pay this.
Yeah. So we obviously, like, the podcast is registered through ASIC, who's like an Australian thing here.
Blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we didn't pay our bill for it.
She's like, so you've got a fee? And I was like, sister, can you not waive that for us?
Yeah,
and she's like, no, that's
girl,
the Australian people.
Yeah, she's like, that is out of my like jurisdiction. And I emailed back. I was like, sorry, we've been naughty girls. Like, I was like, I literally paid it like that minute. Because, like, Shay's like, all right, like, get on there and pay it. And for some reason, I'm in charge of the financials for the podcast.
It's great for me because I'm like, I'm just going to transfer.
Yeah, you're like, hey, I've made my donation.
To it.
I know.
So I don't know
literally,
what you're doing.
like, I was thinking that the other day. I was like, why am I in charge of the business of, like, money? Like, I should be the last person that has the responsibility. Do I got it? Because I don't pay the bills.
I said to Tanisha, I was like, look, when we've got a deadline of payments coming up, let us know 6 weeks.
I was going to say.
And stress us then.
Literally tell us it's due like 4 weeks before it actually is.
Stress us on that day.
Yeah, because we'll pay it. It'll get paid that day. We just need to be like physically reminded about on 3 different types of like
and then
social media.
The final one is like, you need to pay.
I think as well when we saw like, I don't even remember, I think that was only like a $400 bill, but it was like the next late fee was like $380. And I was like, yeah, we need to pay it.
We'll just pay it today.
Yeah, I was like, Shay, pay it now.
Bills. Oh.
Yeah, just not fun. But
even bills right now, I'm trying to buy a house and just bills. I'm like,
I swear one thing comes like, and I'm just like, it's like car rego, mortgage, insurances, life. One thing after the other. That's exciting that you're looking at a house though.
Yes.
Very exciting.
I am excited.
Fucked time here in Australia.
I know.
But so exciting.
I had to wait though until after this financial year because my tax return 2 years prior, which the bank look at, was atrocious. It was like my second year in business where I was just fluffing around. And they were like, okay, what are you looking at getting this year? And I said, blah, blah, blah. And they said, come back in 6 months.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
it's actually, it's crazy. I think
there's a huge
it's actually
difference.
crazy how much your like business, like as a business owner, they actually kind of hound you more.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I was going for like my loan with mum for the house and stuff, like they were like,
There's
you
so
don't have
much.
enough financials here.
Like, what do you mean?
I was like, what do you
Rude.
mean? Look at all that money in the account. There's
They
heaps
want
there.
to see it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
and they're like pay slips and like,
Mhm.
you know, breakdowns. And even when I got my car, which is nearly 5 years ago now, that was like my first ever loan that I got from the
Yeah.
bank. And I remember I had an Afterpay account. Like everyone had an Afterpay account.
Did that bite you in the
Oh
bum?
my God. I remember sitting in there with the financial person, like getting my loan.
You're like, I'm ready.
Yeah. And like she lit on, I think it was a guy because my dad was next to me.
Yeah.
And he goes, so why do you have Afterpay? Like if you
Oh.
can afford stuff, why do you have it?
Oh, rude.
And I was like, I mean, like
I'm a
sometimes
material
my
girl, like-
wallet is in my car and I don't want to get out and get it. So I just put it on Afterpay.
Yeah.
And he's like, get rid of it. He's like, if you had,
Mm.
I think it was like if I was owing like another $80 or something on, because I
Wait.
owed money. They were like, you wouldn't have got your loan.
Yeah.
And even so, I didn't get my loan. I think my car was like 41 and a half.
Mm.
And then my loan was only, the bank would only give me like 38 or something.
Right.
So I had to come up, they were like, unless you can come up with this amount of
Right.
money.
Was that just because of Afterpay?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
cheeky.
Yeah.
I remember when it first came out, I think we were all probably like 18, 19 when it
Oh,
came
everyone
out.
got it.
We were on that shit,
Oh, dude.
right?
I still have friends who use it.
Yeah.
Nothing against Afterpay, guys. Use
Yeah.
it. I
It's just- it's cheeky.
I have it back. Like, I still use it sometimes.
yeah.
And, like, she was like, yeah, I just paid off like $1,200. I was like, what? Like, I only use it on like a Door Beauty or something when I can't be bothered to go and get my card. Like, I'm literally just a lazy bitch. That's why. And I was like, what do you buy? And they're like, oh, I put flights on it. You know, I went shopping. And I'm like,
Right.
bruh, that would give me so much anxiety. Like, I
Yeah.
hate owing money.
Yeah.
Hate owing money. So
Mm.
even just before, Shay's like, because we have the podcast event on the weekend, and she was like, yeah, I got to pay like for the food. And I'm like, have I paid you that yet? She's like, no, I don't think so. I'm like, oh my God, I'll do it right now. Like, I paid it right now.
We're so like,
Blase,
we'll get
like
there.
there, like it's.
But then like, oh, we've got 2 days to pay it. Fuck.
Literally. It's pretty crazy.
But how exciting, 1 year, Helena.
I was going to say, should we slide into that?
Yeah.
Because like
That's
first of all, I just want to say that it is the longest commitment relationship I've ever had, literally in 24 years. So yay for Helena being committed.
Amazing.
But like, I just think that is so crazy to think over a year ago now we were on a live and one of our
I was just
followers,
thinking, like, where was the first idea? It was on that live.
yeah, it was on the live. It was our
Yes.
second live I think we ever
Yes.
did. Shay and
We
I,
used to sit there with wine.
yeah, we had
drink
wine
it.
and like, yeah.
Oh my God, we were
and
loving life.
loved it. And then that chick was like, you guys need to either save this for later or make a podcast. And you FaceTimed me
Make it,
right
baby girl.
after and you were like, should we do a podcast?
Yep.
Both of us were like, how do you
Because
do
our
that?
names came together. I was like, okay, barefaced brows,
Literally.
naked brow.
I was going to say, it wasn't
done.
even, like, it didn't even take us long to think of
No.
the name.
And then I'm calling up to station. I'm like, set us up as a company.
Yep.
And then we were like, how do we do a podcast? We had no fucking idea.
That's what I mean. Like, we should actually put some, like, throwbacks into when we were
Do you remember we were in the kitchen?
literally
recording?
kitchen at your place,
Yep.
kitchen at my place.
Oh.
And then because we had my fridge was making noises. So
there was so many things. It was like, this ain't working.
literally, we've been in Harness Creation Studio
Yep.
and now we're at Mr. Consistent.
Yep.
I feel like not a lot of people know that we record here either. Like whenever people ask me like, oh, where do you do the podcast? I'm like, you know, like the cocktail mixers, like
I say the
Mr.
same thing.
Consistent. I'm like,
proud to say it though.
yeah, I'm like, we're in the warehouse. So it's so fun, but maybe we should do like a bit of a tour with
I'm like,
Kirsten,
come on
so people can
in.
see us on like where we are. I
Yeah.
think that'd be cool.
I love it. And I love that we finally got videos going because that
Yeah.
was something from the beginning. We were like, we want to be able
Literally,
to
I actually
record.
look back on some of them that we made like months ago,
Yeah.
and I'm like, fuck, I look so different. Like I was,
that
that
was a photo
one-
of your birthday of you and me on a Polaroid. And it's just crazy to think like, well, that was 9 months ago.
yeah,
It's crazy.
it's just insane, hey.
It's wild.
But even just
it's
to
nice to have
like,
it documented though. I think
yeah,
it's really
100%.
special.
I almost feel like we're like the Kardashians or something with like documenting like how far we've come. Like,
Yeah.
what's been like a highlight for you? You reckon with having the podcast? Sorry, I really just threw that on you.
Highlight. I think it's being able to work so closely with yourself. Like, because otherwise it can be so lonely. And like,
Yeah.
yeah, we can like call and talk about this, but it's nice to be like, oh, well, like I'm seeing you in 2 weeks because we've got the podcast. Like, it's just an even better excuse for us to catch up and talk
literally.
Shit. But and it's opened up a few new doors for us. Like, we're so lucky to work with our sponsors. Like,
that's actually,
and I think as well, creating the community for the brow industry, like that was from the beginning. Our like goal
was
the
to
Facebook page. Like, I love seeing how many people are on that.
I know, and just like having like the community and like we've said, like getting rid of that stigma in the industry that it's bitchy and that
there's no support.
That
was always our goal.
So
also, side note, I don't think we've ever discussed the Facebook group since like that first episode we spoke about it. So if you guys don't know, we have a Facebook page and it's called Barefaced and Naked Beauties. Regret, because we have old men who try and get in. They're like searching barefaced and naked beauties.
Literally. Oh my God. When they oh my God, side note. I'm side noting your side note. Little shout out to John and Rachel, okay? And I'm gonna tell you who these guys are. Because my sister's partner, it's his parents. How cute is that?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Connection. Yeah.
Are we all following?
Yeah.
So I went over to my sister's place the other day to see her and my niece, and then she was going over to her in-laws' place, which is Rachel and John.
Yeah.
Anyways, and she was telling me, she's like, they watch your YouTube videos.
Aww, isn't that so sweet?
And I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? And they're like,
crazy how many people listen and we have no idea.
That's what I mean. And like, like they looked up Helena on YouTube.
Oh.
They were like trying to find us on YouTube. But I just think like that's one thing for me, I think has been a highlight. Like literally everything you said, like obviously building our friendship as well as our partnership through business together has just been freaking awesome to do. But I think as well, not only knowing how many people we inspire through the brow industry, but I think being so open and vulnerable with ourselves on our own personal journeys and lifestyles with like weight loss and stuff. I think, and I said this to you the other day, I think that you and I both underestimate how many people we actually do help and like how many people do actually listen and literally take what we say and implement it like into like their lives or their businesses and things like that.
I think that's so cool and so special.
Literally, like I'll be out at like a party with my friends and like guys, like literally like the most randomest person from school will be like, yeah, I listened to your podcast the other day, Helena, and I'm like, why?
Yep. Another little random thing.
Yeah.
I went to mum's the other day and I go out up the driveway and the person like across the road, like one of our like old neighbors, who goes, loving the podcast. And I was like, fuck, one episode.
Literally, is that what you, because they're like, I'm like, are they starting it from episode 1 when I spoke about my vibrator? Or are they like coming in on like the weight loss surgery? Like where are they at?
Where are you at?
Like, are they coming in on KFC boy and skin cleanser boy? Like there's so many.
Knows?
Like, I just feel like as well, like, I actually said to one of my friends, because I'm private on Instagram, like, I don't, like, you can't just see my profile. I have to accept you. Anyways, and there was this one person that kept trying to, like, follow me, and I kept saying no, because it just, like, their profile just looks weird.
Awkward.
Sorry. And,
it's all good when you, you can acknowledge.
Yeah, but then one of my really good friends was following her, and I was like, dude, who is this person? Like, she won't stop following me. Anyways, she goes, Helena, you have a podcast and like a pretty big eyebrow cut like business. They probably just want to follow you. And I'm like, no.
Who are they?
And she's like, Helena, they generally probably know more about your life than you think that they know, like by listening. And I'm like, so true. Like how vulnerable we make ourselves. Like we
put a microphone in front of us and we'll just talk about anything.
But this is the thing. Crazy. It's actually kind of like we actually have to like rein ourselves in sometimes. Like I'm like, oh, maybe don't say that.
Cut that
like,
one
cut
out.
that out. Like Shay, like don't do that part. Because I think, like you said, I think we underestimate how many people actually like listen to this.
For sure.
So hi if you're listening and we don't know, I guess.
I love it though.
But then I think people that I think would listen don't. If that
right?
Like my best friends don't listen to this.
Actually, no, my best friend Natalia
does.
Me and she'd be like, I loved that episode.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you're listening? Like,
yeah, I think that's so
like, that's
cute.
so sweet.
But like, Emma, who I live with, I don't think she's ever listened to a podcast episode.
Some people just aren't into podcasts.
And
though.
that's the thing. I'm like, I think I have to remember that. But I'm also like, excuse me, support. Like,
so Nisha's like, hi, can I get like early access to the podcast to Shay?
no, and like Shay, I think that's a massive person that we have to give our love to on like a season finale episode. Because
maybe I ever wonder if people get confused because there's two Shays. Myself,
yeah, maybe explain.
I'm Shay, and then our
Kirsten's there going, like, I have no idea who Shay is.
Because you're like, yeah, just tell Shay. I'm like, I'm Shay.
Oh my God, that's so true. I never thought of that.
There's myself. My full name's Shanae, but I go by Shay. It's easier. And then there's our podcast manager,
who is
Shay,
who owns S. Madison Designs.
So like she works for me 2 days a week, and she signs off on her emails as Madison, because otherwise people are like, well, am I speaking to Shay or Shay?
True.
So that's where we get confused. But I was always wondering, like, I don't think we've ever explained.
Yeah, whenever we're like talking to the camera and being like, yeah, Shay put that in or something. It's not this one.
No.
She don't do
I
that.
don't touch shit.
No, we both don't touch shit. Like, it's actually like, and I think sometimes when I say to people, oh yeah, like our podcast manager does that, they're like, oh, you have a podcast manager? Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, girl. Yeah. When do we have time to do?
We come and we go.
We come, we talk shit. And then we say, hey, Shay, all done, ready
Love
to be. Yeah. Kirsten's uploading now onto the whatever.
Shay's another one who is also, she is the best thing ever, but she chases us because we're so terrible. We're like, oh my God, so sorry, it's coming. And she's like, it's fine.
Or she'll be like, hey guys, I'm uploading in an hour and I don't have a description. Yeah. And we'll be like, fuck. I'll text Shay and be like, I'm on it. Like, I'll do it right now. I'm like, proofread it in like 10 minutes
Literally.
and let me know.
But she is a godsend to us.
Yeah, she we've definitely said it before, but I'll say it again. We'd have a podcast, but it'd be shit if we didn't have her. Breakfast. Yeah, exactly. She's actually the backbone to this podcast as much as we should be. But she's literally a godsend. Like, she's doing like all my online masterclass stuff literally as we speak. She's working on it today. So she's just I'm smiling like I'm in love with her. Like, I just love her so much.
Do you know me and Shay met when we were like in grade 5?
Blows my mind
and
as well.
I just can't imagine
not
being like, it just blows my mind. And I'm like, oh, we're here together. Like,
I love
that's insane. So she is a literal angel.
Yeah. Can't fault her. Love that bitch.
Love you. She's got to be editing this. Like,
yeah,
she probably tear.
I was going to say, last time we spoke about her on the podcast, because we're all in like a group chat on Voxer, and she was like, guys, I just want to say I'm editing the podcast and like, I love you guys. And then I start crying and I'm like, girl, we love you. It was just a beautiful soul.
But she's currently organising our balloons for this weekend.
Yeah, so should we talk more on what we're doing this weekend?
Yeah, just a little something.
So I'm coming back down to the Gold Coast.
Helina's just going to have to move to the Gold Coast.
Oh, here she starts again with the moving to the Gold Coast.
Well, we've got another little something in there, but that's right. Another little excuse.
Oh, there might be something.
So, yeah, just be prepared. Helina's moving to the Gold Coast.
I'm not moving to the Gold Coast, although it's looking pretty sweet at the moment.
Yep.
But we are doing a first birthday party, I guess, like a little celebration. We're going to a gin distillery. What's new? I wonder who chose that location.
What? Me? No.
So we're off to Grandad Jack's on Saturday afternoon. Yep. Still sober girl, so I'll be chilling there with everyone while they drink. Yeah.
I'm literally preparing so many drinks.
I love that.
I'm prepared for a little party. We've got all our closest friends and family.
Literally, yeah. And we're bringing everyone down.
Everyone who I sent them an invite, I was like, you at least have to listen to minimum of 5 and then you can come. And they're like, okay, done.
Perfect. So that you know what we're talking about sometimes. But yeah, no, I think I get onto the Gold Coast Saturday midday, I think, and then obviously an excuse to get my makeup done. So I'm getting my makeup done. And then, yeah, we're just like, I think we have Bella Beauty's coming. Yes. Because they're like our major sponsor. Yes. We wish that Buff Brows could be here, but
if they could just fly over.
Yeah, if you guys could just, one either side. But yeah, no, so it'll be really nice to have our like major sponsors there. I'm so excited. I was literally talking to Anthea earlier, like last week. I was like, so excited to see you. Like,
I feel
literally,
like I've seen so long.
I know. And we haven't even
been
they're just so busy. Like Bella Beauty is like pumping. They've got an app now, or not the
Oh.
the rewards.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
How
love
cool.
that.
How cool.
I need to do an order. Actually, thinking of that.
No, currently I'm in the orders every week. Like, hi, I just need this one, please, and can I just buy this one, please?
Yeah,
And
and I'm like, sorry, like maybe
sorry,
just like
postage.
wait till Thursday just to whack it all in
Yeah.
the same thing. But
Yeah.
no, so I'm really excited for this weekend.
I know.
We chose to keep it as family and friends as well because we wanted it to just be really intimate
Yeah.
and we didn't want to have to like choose people from the industry.
But in saying that,
I was gonna say, do you want to like?
Helena, we want to have a party. With
Yeah,
all our
we're definitely
listeners.
gonna have a party because I think it'll be like a soft launch.
A
Can I
soft
say
launch?
that?
We could
for
say a soft
something? Yeah, I think a
launch.
soft launch for something that
yeah.
we're working on. I think.
So we definitely need to plan something.
Yeah.
We'll probably look at. Do you reckon we'll do like Brisbane area? It's kind of like an in between.
I think it's like an in between. I mean,
Brisbane
I
can't
might be
hurt.
moving to the Gold Coast, so who knows?
I love that you're considering it.
But yeah,
happening.
it's not happening.
Every time I'm like, Helena Gold Coast, she's like, shut up, Shay.
No, I literally think about it once a week because I'm
Do
like, should I just do it for a
I'm like, come
bit?
down, you can have one of my rooms.
Where's Bareface? Oh, just renting
I
out of the
did it,
naked bra.
It
I
will work.
forgot what we were talking about now because you've distracted me.
I can't remember either. Celebration,
I'm excited.
soft launch.
Oh, with the like listeners and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have said
Yes.
for a long time now that we wanted to. I guess we were in discussions with Bella Beauty about something as well that we should
Oh my
probably lift up
gosh.
again.
Yes.
But I think as
that
well
will be a worldwide.
that's a bit bigger than I think what we're thinking.
Oh,
But
we need a bit more hands on
I
deck
think
for
it was
that
really
one.
nice as well, like having the bit of a teaser at the Bella Beauty Christmas party and like
Yes.
getting with everyone from the industry and actually just meeting.
Mhm.
It was actually kind of like really surreal.
It was
So
lovely.
I loved meeting people
For sure.
that are in the
In the
industry.
industry. Who
Yeah,
you just talk to on messages.
literally, but they're just like so nice, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, fuck yeah,
Yeah.
you're so nice. I love that. But yeah, we need to get our butts into gear with that. But yeah, Brisbane I think is quite central
Mhm.
for us. I think so. We might have
See
to
y'all
do
there.
that for like a season 3 thing.
Yes.
But
Because this is our last episode for this season.
it is,
Crazy.
unfortunately. Yeah.
Crazy.
So season 3 will roll out probably.
Mid-August.
Yeah, I
talking.
think we're going to do
We got a little
mid-August.
break because Shay's going on holidays.
Yeah,
Not the Shay.
So podcast Shay manager is going on holidays. Like we said, can't have the podcast without her.
She
so
needs a holiday.
yeah, she's off to New Zealand right before me, but then I
Mhm.
go to New Zealand.
We'll
But
swap.
it's fine. You can stay here and run the show. Okay.
One-man show. I don't know how to record or edit.
Imagine if that ever happened. Imagine if
I'd be
you.
scared.
What if I was like, I hate you, Shay. Like I'm not coming back onto the
Just pay half of the acid fees. It's fine.
Weird, because I always thought about that. Because wasn't there a podcast that there was 2 people on, and then call her daddy?
Call her daddy.
Yeah, and then they went separate ways.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do this without you,
Ooh.
so I'd have to
No.
be the one that left. Okay.
You can't leave me.
Peace.
No, you can just move to the Gold Coast and we can do more of these.
Okay, guys, should we start a poll? Wait, should Helena move to the Gold Coast?
They will all say yes.
My clients will not
Nah,
agree
they'll
with that.
They can come have a holiday on the Gold Coast.
Ay. Give it a rest, you.
But
But
we're going to wrap this one up because
I was gonna say we've what's
we've had a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, but we have a bonus episode coming at some point.
Oh, you're telling them.
yeah,
Okay.
but they don't know what it's about.
They don't know what it is, but it's a. I'm gonna even just add a bit
Got a
more.
little spice.
There's we've got another guest speaker.
Yeah.
Speakers lined up in the one little bonus episode that I didn't think we were telling them. So
Oh,
Shay's
surprise!
surprise.
Helena's like eyeing me off. Like, Shay, what the fuck?
I'm like, bro. No, but yeah. Okay. So it's not the final one, but
No.
it is the final one.
Yeah,
So.
and then we'll be back for season 3. But we need to thank the season sponsors because literally we wouldn't be doing this.
Take it away,
without
sis.
them.
Take it away.
Starting off the bat, Bella Beauty,
Of course,
our
Anthea
one-stop
and
brow shop.
Joe.
Yep,
Love
literally,
them.
like we said, our one-stop brow shop. We are there every week.
Yes,
Buying their products.
They actually must get sick of us. I always wonder, like, if they have like a notification when people go on, because like we're all registered.
Oh, yeah.
So, and
think
I
they
know
would.
with my Wix, like I'm notified when clients click on to my
Oh,
website,
gotcha.
and I'm like, fuck, if Anthony and Joe can see how many times I go onto this thing, because I'm like, what's new?
Yeah.
I don't want to
What's
go clothes
new?
shopping. I just want to
Literally.
go on Bella Beauty.
Brow shopping because
Yeah.
I've just added supercilium tint to the range. Loving their hybrid dye, by the way.
You are.
I am.
Okay.
I am. I'm loving it.
Okay.
And there's new brow coat products that have been added. I know there's been some new tattooing products. So
yeah, I actually saw a bit more ink on there. Yeah, and I feel like I mean, we're not in that side of the industry, so I don't know like what the tattooing is like, but they're so cool that they've extended it to
one-stop brow shop, baby.
That's what I mean. I love it.
And then Buff Brows, Helena. We got to thank them.
We love our Buff Brows family.
Our UK
so
family.
Harry and G, and then Ellie as well. They've been amazing this season. So cruisy, like as sponsors. I think we're really lucky with our sponsorships, and we do say this like in our initial meeting that we'd never want it to feel fake. Like we always want it to be organic, and we obviously
genuinely love.
That's what I mean. We do get approached by other businesses to be sponsors, but you know, if it doesn't align with what we're doing, we don't accept the sponsorship. So Buff Brows have been awesome this season.
They've got their new jelly mask, which
I know. Have you tried it yet? I haven't actually. Whoa.
Oh, she's falling off the chair.
That's how good they are.
I love it.
True, I haven't actually given it a crack yet, but I love that it comes with the bowl.
I was gonna say I love
and
that
the
bowl.
big spatula.
The spatula and the bowl is everything.
Sorry, like how cool.
You need them, so they have been a godsend.
Yeah, actually, when I got them, I was like, these are fancy, like the frosted jars and stuff. Love that. But we've actually already kind of lined up most of our sponsors for next season, so I'm excited to talk about them.
I'm so excited. And again, you guys are going to love them because we love them.
And we're doing something really exciting with one of them.
Oh, we are. Oh my gosh.
Okay, we can't talk too much about it. Okay, stop it.
I'll just keep spilling the tea.
Yeah, I was going to say, you need to shut up because you will actually tell them what it is.
Also, blah, blah, blah.
But like you said, it probably should wrap it up. We've definitely been talking for too long.
Well, I was going to say, like, see you guys in a few weeks. But, Helena, I'll see you next weekend.
Yeah. Oh, no, this weekend.
We'll be on the Insta. Sorry, this weekend.
Yes. And I think as well, we're going to be on, even if we're time off from talking on the potty, we have some cool YouTube ideas that we want to whip together. So that'll be exciting to do. But thanks for listening in and wow.
Just giving us love.
Yeah. Thanks for the support, guys. It's been a lot, and like as much as we say we couldn't do the podcast without all of our sponsors and S. Madison, we wouldn't have a podcast without our listeners.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you. We will see you on our next season.
Bye.
Bye.